I was adopted by white parents when I was a very young baby. My father is a priest, so church was always like a second home. Since my family is white, I've grown up with the privilege of learning the experiences of both black and white people. And it's provided me with a unique perspective. So for the white allies out there, I see you trying during the Black Lives Matter movement. But it does not stop after you go home from a protest. I have always been aware of racism and police brutality in this country, but this summer there was a dramatic change in my lack of proactiveness. This summer, I heard the story of yet another racial injustice. But something was different. I am used to hearing the stories about black men, but this one was of a black woman who was living her everyday life. Her name was Breonna Taylor. And it hit me. I can no longer sit back and say to myself, well, this is what it's like to be black in America, because I shouldn't accept this, and neither should anyone else. Then my dad emailed me from the church to submit art that expressed our thoughts and opinions and experiences in Black Lives Matter, and how it related to beloved community. One of my key qualities is that I express myself a lot better when I write things down in a creative way. So I sat down and I wrote. One line after another, word after word spilled out of me. It wasn't a stream, but it was a river of consciousness. Minus a few tweaks, the poem was born out of sheer straight thought. And here it is. It is called An Important Revelation. In times like these, it is easy to resort to frustration, even anger. Not that it is not justified, when the system that is meant to protect us is against us. For it is the very passion from our anger that will save us. Heat rises from the voice chanting in the streets and burns through the foundation of the very walls that were built to block us out. I hear music of the bells ringing in my ears, telling me that it is my time to fight. But do not be mistaken. This fighting is not a means to resort to violence, but is a thrust in the right direction against hate. Hate is what blinds the soul and blocks out room to add light and life. Light and life swell in a never-ending battle for goodness. It fills up my lungs and clears my airways, and helps me give breath to shout and protest for the lives of my brothers and sisters. In the words of Lin-Manuel Miranda, this is not a moment, it's a movement. Though I feel an indescribable cold and darkness during these times, I feel hope as it slips through the cracks of the pavement we march upon and erupts through my veins. It makes me think that one day there will be another black girl, like me, who wakes up and does not have to fear, but instead embraces freedom and endless wonder. I pray to our Lord that that day may come. Losing sight of faith in a time like this is what some are doing, but instead, it should be strengthened. It is a part of our faith and lights a path to peace and justice. Hate souls the spirits of our togetherness, and it is only together as a community that we can prevail. So, there are so many forms of protest. Not every protest has to be conventional. A protest could be as simple as putting a sign in your yard, or even listening to a black person to hear their experiences. So, I invite you, when you see an injustice, say something. Because the most dangerous thought is thinking that someone else is going to fix these injustices. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, this is a conversation worth having. I have been inspired by Black Lives Matter and youth speaking out against injustices. I believe that beloved community is a safe place to listen and share with one. And that's what I invite our fellow parishioners to commit to, becoming a safe space where we can listen and hear each other. Let's take the time to get to know each other. Get to know what it is like to be Black in America, beyond your own experience, because it is only together as a community that we can prevail.